What's up, y'all? Robbie TV, we back live, baby. Back live with it. A couple topics to talk about today. Couple topics. You seen, I just seen with troops, these national troops in Chicago, man. They coming through hard, man. And they definitely, from what I'm getting, mixed emotions in Chicago. A lot of people is from what I'm seeing, a lot of people saying, really it's the military. The military that's, working with these troops and that work for the, work with the military is saying that, they don't agree with how Donald Trump is using the military to patrol the streets. You feel what I'm saying? He's mobilizing the military, which is, you know what I mean? It's not supposed to be done unless, the governor or someone calls in for, you know what I mean? Or some type of, ride or some shit like that, you know what I mean? But Trump just using them as like just for the regular police force. So you guys, people got. Then I seen a video where they said they got these black children zip tied. You know what I mean? Coming out the building like children. You feel what I'm saying? They went chainsawing doors and, you know what I mean, just knocking down any type doors, old ladies and all that, which y'all don't agree with. Graham shouldn't be getting knocked down on the floors because y'all busting in, you know what I mean, the wrong door. Y'all busting in just that whole, they busting the whole complex. You feel what I'm saying? Had people just sitting out there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Yo, if you're going to target, you say go after the ones who you going at. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't go at the innocent people. That's why you got the police and you got these investigations and these, you know what I mean, detectives and all this and all that. So they can go after the person that they, going for, and innocent people ain't got to get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why the fuck I ain't agreeing with that. Yeah. No, we ain't agreeing with that neither. Guns thing, we ain't doing that. And man, you can remove that, good brother. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel too. I'm almost at 300. And then we're gonna talk about Diddy, man. I see Diddy, they gave Diddy 50 months. Yeah, man. I just seen where Diddy trying to do his shit like a little medium security, low security, little camp or something. You feel what I'm saying? Little minimum security prison. Which I think, you know what I mean? Shit, they sent all the other ones there, the Harvey Weinsteins and all the other motherfuckers that be, you feel what I'm saying? Doing shit. So shit, if Diddy lawyer can get it for him, yeah, do it. Shit. So yeah, y'all think Diddy gonna do that whole 50 months? Which I know he probably ain't. He ain't gonna do the whole 50, but yeah, he probably gonna maybe do what 2025. So he probably do maybe like 22 months and shit like that, like a year, almost 2 years. He'd be home early 2027. It's 2020, so really a year and some change because it's already 2026. You know what I mean? How y'all feel about the Diddy situation, man? How y'all feel about Trump mobilizing the military? I ain't feeling it. I don't want the military coming to my city. You know what I mean? I don't want to see military and they just jumping out on anybody saying what's your car, what's your status. Let me see some identification. Nah, I ain't going for that. I ain't going for that, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, like, subscribe. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, man. So yeah, we're gonna touch on this Trump situation first, real quick. Yeah, baby. We're gonna touch on that situation real quick, man. They said they going up in complexes just getting anybody. I ain't feeling that. I ain't with that. I don't like that. Don't be just going at anybody, man. Go at the people that you know what I mean, you trying to get. So yeah, you want to see what's up with that. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel. But I was seeing black people. I ain't realize a lot. It's a lot of hard work. You know what I mean? It's regular citizens in Chicago that's like, man. I've seen a couple videos. People like, you know what I mean? Shit, we bring the National Guard. So it's sad that, you know what I mean, our people, you know what I mean, which is black people, you know what I mean, the black grandmothers and the sisters and the, you know what I mean, the aunties and all, I mean, they're just trying to live their daily life, that they feel like they need to, that Trump need to bring the National Guard in, you know what I mean? And I know some of them feel like that because my parent, my mother, she feel, you know what I mean? She's one of them ones like that. And I mean, they not wrong for feeling like that. I don't think we should need the National Guard. You know what I mean? But it is in the same sense. It's like, yo, you know what I mean? It is a children. It is a, you know what I mean? Kids and people can't keep getting shot, bruh. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know, like that's what thing I don't like. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, we can't keep making these. You feel what I'm saying? Innocent bystanders and shit getting hit. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel. Like, subscribe. So yeah, let me see. But yeah, it's motherfucker, yo. It's going down, man. They on some shit. But yeah, martial law.
President Trump told a room packed with generals that America is facing a war from within. He wasn't talking about a foreign enemy. He was talking about our own cities. Trump named places like San Francisco, Chicago, New York, and LA as training grounds for U.S. troops. And here's the kicker. Troops are already on the ground in at least 5 major cities: Memphis, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Portland, and Los Angeles. The president said we're under invasion from within. No different than fighting a foreign war, except this enemy doesn't wear a uniform. His defense secretary backed him up, calling for looser rules of engagement and untying the hands of soldiers here at home. Critics say this crosses into dangerous territory that blurs the line between military and law enforcement and risks putting American troops directly against American citizens. One thing is certain: the United States military is no longer just preparing for war overseas. It's being positioned for war on U.S. soil. I've been trying to prepare you for this since 2023. I told you it was coming. I will get some new videos together as soon as possible. Stay sharp, stay aware, because what comes next may change everything. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and be sure you follow for more.
Yeah, I ain't feeling that. I don't really think Trump should be bringing troops into, you know what I mean? You know, I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? No, these cities is bad. Chicago, it is bad. You know what I mean? Chicago is bad. Chicago been bad for a long time now. You know what I mean? At least the last past 10 years. I say a little bit, but at least the last past 10 years, Chicago just been off the hinges. You know what I mean? A lot of black cities. Baltimore, we just started to calm down with our murders, thank God. You know what I mean? But, you know, it's all the same. This is where I don't think we need a National Guard. You feel what I'm saying? But it's all the same tips where, yo, we got to do something as black men, yo, and get these children together. You know what I mean? With these young boys, man, these kids. You know what I mean? 16, 17, 18, you know what I mean? 20, 21, throwing their life away, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, I don't agree with Trump bringing the National Guard in. You feel what I'm saying? I don't. You know what I mean? But that's the only way motherfuckers feel like that can stop the crime. Which it ain't. It's going to stop the crime for that moment. But then you gotta think though, yo, this shit it's crossing lines of fucking totalitarianism. You know what I mean? And authoritarianism and you know what I mean? Like you say, martial law and all that. You know what I mean? If they can just bring the troops in for this, you know what I mean? It might be. And I seen videos where you got troops, actual National Guards, Marines, all that shit. They not. You feel what I'm saying? They not agreeing with this, bruh. You know what I mean? It's troops that don't agree with this. You feel what I'm saying? Like a lot of troops. You feel me? Like. And they going. I will say though.
Y'all talking about Mariah DeSantis.
It's fucked up, man.
And the people of Chicago. So you have black women with MAGA hats on in Chicago, all over the place. They
Make sure y'all like, subscribe.
to come in. African Americans built this nation. We built this thing. You know,
We have breaking news right now. Donald Trump is.
I told Pete we should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military, National Guard, but military. Because we're going into Chicago very soon. That's a big city with an incompetent governor, stupid governor, stupid. They threw him out of his family business. He was so stupid. I know the family. He becomes governor. He's got money. Not money that he made, but he ran for governor, he won, and now he criticizes us all the time. And last week they had 11 people murdered, 44 people shot. The week before that they had 5 people murdered, 28 people shot. Every weekend they lose 5, 6. If they lose 5, they're considering it a great week. They shouldn't lose any. You shouldn't lose any. This is civilization. And he's always up there saying, we're in very good shape. We don't need the military. No, they need the military desperately. How about Portland? Portland, Oregon, where it looks like a war zone. And I get a call from the liberal governor. Sir, please don't come in. We don't need you. I said, well, unless they're playing false tapes, this looked like World War II. Your place is burning down. I mean, you must be kidding. Sir, we have it under control. I said, you don't have it under control, Governor. But
some of these cities is, you know what I mean? I don't agree with Trump. I feel like it could be an alternative way. But in the same stats, you know what I mean? Right is right. I can't, you know what I mean? Even though I don't fuck with Trump. You know what I mean? But right is right, man. Chicago is bad, yo. Chicago is you know what I mean? Is... And what's really fucked up is really the governors, and it's really the people that's in charge of these cities. They don't need the military, and I'm not saying they need more policing. You know what I mean? Because I'm not with you know what I mean. We know what that did to the black community in the '90s over policing, man. They was locking innocent people up. You know what I mean? Charging innocent people, all types of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Like it had a bad effect. Even John F. Kennedy. I mean, not say John F. Kennedy. Clinton said that he apologized to the black community and said, you know, he felt bad at how he, you know, took a toll on the black destruction. You feel what I'm saying? Within the 90s with that 3-strike rule and all that shit affected a lot of black men. You know what I mean? A lot of black men still in prison because of them laws. So, you know what I mean? I don't think that he should have called them in. You know what I mean? But at the same stance too, you gotta look at it as like, yo, these cities is getting out of control. These motherfucking they really need to be these governors. They need to have more programs and shit like that. They just letting these cities get out of control, bro. Like I think in Portland, I think it's drugs. That's the only state where drugs is legal. You feel what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't really. It don't look like it's working. You know what I mean? Like I don't. Portland is crazy. You feel what I'm saying? I say some shit like that. That shit was crazy. But yo, I don't really, you know what I mean? Like, this shit is crazy, bro. But I will say, far as black people, far as us, we need to get our shit together because it's basically a war on us. How they say war, they gonna come terrorize the black community. Let me see. Troops raid apartment in Chicago. Let me see. I've been hearing these motherfuckers. They say these. Oh, it was ICE. It was ICE. They say ICE raided apartment in Chicago, and they had, you know what I mean? It was a predominantly black neighborhood. Why is ICE in a predominantly black neighborhood? That's what I'm saying. Shit like that though. Like ICE is for immigration. Predominantly black neighborhood. I know we know it's immigrants. You know, immigrants do come to the predominantly black hood. They come mixed in with us. You know what I mean? So, but in the same stance though, it's like, yo, why are you targeting black people? You feel what I'm saying?
Using a gorilla pillow. How can you tell? Have you?
Like I don't agree with that. You know what I mean?
Not a safe city. The apartment building Tuesday has local leaders vowing they'll continue to fight back against the Trump administration. But federal immigration officials say they have no plans to end their immigration operation anytime soon. Fox's Chelsea Torres is live in Chicago tonight. And Chelsea, the feds say they were targeting Venezuelan gang members in that apartment raid.
Yep, that's right, Caroline. You know, federal agents actually said they had intel on 6 high-profile targets at that apartment who may be affiliated to Trent de Aragua. Some of those caught this month was a child sex offender, a burglar, and a member of that Venezuelan gang. Now, check out this video. Hundreds of federal agents surrounded this apartment on the south of Chicago early Tuesday morning. Officers flooded into the building on foot. Others landed on the top of the complex by a helicopter. DHS told Fox that agents arrested nearly 40 people in this raid, but they did not verify if any of them were actually those suspected gang members.
That was a known empty apartment complex that the city knew of, that it was known TDA members were in that building. We knew there were going to be weapons in that location. There were people living in squatting in vacant apartments.
Meanwhile, anti-ICE protests are also continuing around Chicago. Just last night, hundreds of people took to the streets to oppose Operation Midway Blitz, even blocking a street downtown. Hours ago, the Illinois governor actually went after President Trump, saying Chicago is not a safe city.
President of the United States falsely.
Now, I don't agree with that sanctuary city shit. I don't. Me, personally, I ain't gonna lie to you. My main thing is, yo, if you break the law, you break the law, bro. I don't give a fuck if you feel what I'm saying, you get in this country illegally or not, whatever, man. You gotta do it the right way. I'm all for that. Now, don't get me wrong. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I know a lot of them come over here for a better life and, you know what I mean, stuff like that. But, you know, you still gotta do it the right way. And if you don't do it the right way, you can't get mad when you get caught. You feel me? You know you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. That's my whole thing. Are we gonna just break it down to the, you know what I mean, the common denominator? Like, you doing something that you know can land you deported, or if you doing something, you know what I mean, if you is a U.S. citizen, you doing something illegal, you know that shit can land you in jail. So it's like you gotta live with the consequences. That's my main thing too. And the immigrants, they don't want to live with the consequences. They want to come over here and be, you know what I mean, live the American dream, which I don't have no problem with. But once you get over here, you gotta, you know what I mean, do it the right way, bruh. And if you don't, and they catch you, I mean, hey, that's what you signed up for. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, but I don't agree with this sanctuary city shit like that. And a lot of them immigrants, they was placing in black communities, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, they was placing them in our community. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't got no problem with, you know, the immigrants and the Latino brothers and, you know what I mean, Spanish brothers and all that. But be honest with you, our culture is not their cultures. We got 2 different cultures. You know what I mean? Like, we got 2 different, you know what I mean, ways of living. You know what I mean? They don't really bang with us and we don't really bang with them. We gonna keep it a buck. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and it ain't just for the Spanish brothers. You got the Haitians, all them too. They don't really rock with American blacks like that. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, we got to create our own coalition, man. Our own, you know what I mean, camaraderie. You feel what I'm saying? That we can be good with. Because it's like, yo, you know what I mean? They, and then, like you say, you got ICE. But they say a lot, they locked up 40 motherfuckers. How many of them 40 people was black people? We gonna see. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, you know, now if they had warrants or shit like that, or they was on the run, and I mean, hey, that's something different. But they just, except for what I said, they had old women and out there, you know what I mean? Kids. They said they had kids zip tied. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, I ain't really feeling shit like that. Like, I feel like we gonna catch the worst end of the stick. And once they done with them, they gonna definitely come with us. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't really feeling that. I ain't feeling that at all. You feel what I'm saying? And I heard, like, somebody say F them kids.
On Tuesday, September 30th, in the middle of the night, 300 federal
Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel. Like, subscribe to the channel. We almost at 300 subscribers, man. Supposed to been hit it, fucking YouTube playing games with me. So make sure y'all like, subscribe, man.
Trucks and dozens of vehicles to invade an apartment building on the south side of Chicago. They forced people out of their homes and separated parents from their children, some of whom were unclothed. A neighborhood witness said she saw agents bringing children zip-tied together from the building and overheard an agent say, "Fuck them kids." Not to mention they detained people whether they were American citizens or not. They hauled people into moving truck vans and held them for hours on end until they could identify the person's citizenship. Officials have not released information about how many residents lived in the building, but they arrested 37 people without legal immigration status and one American citizen. The one American citizen was arrested for an active narcotics-related warrant and turned over to the Chicago police. According to a spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security, the reason why this building was raided was because the neighborhood is, quote, known to be frequented by Tren de Aragua members. The Chicago Sun-Times reported that the DHS provided no evidence to support this claim, and nothing has been confirmed that the people who were arrested have any ties to the Venezuelan gang. After the raid, residents who returned to the building expressed frustration about their homes being torn up. One resident told the Chicago Sun-Times that when he returned to his apartment, all of his electronics and furniture were missing, and his clothes and shoes had been thrown on the floor. President Trump has openly talked about amping up military presence in cities across the U.S. in what has been dubbed in Chicago as Operation Midway Blitz. Both Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois and Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago have condemned this and accused Trump of militarizing the city. Needless to say, this is terrifying and invasive to put people through this level of mistreatment, disruption of their livelihoods, and damage to people's property. As we receive more information on this, we here at Complex will keep you up to date. As always, thanks for watching.
That shit, I ain't feeling that at all, though. You know what I mean? And let me zip tying children and shit like that. You know what I mean?
I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner. Because they was bringing the kids out too. Had them zip tied to each other.
They just treated us like we were nothing.
Patricia Fisher says she came out to the hallway of her apartment complex on the corner of 75th and South Shore Drive in her nightgown around 10 Monday night, only to find ICE agents yelling police.
It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me did I have any warrants, and I told them no. I didn't.
She says she was then handcuffed and released around 3 a.m. Fisher says she was told if anyone had any kind of warrant out for them, even if it was unrelated to immigration, they would not be released. Cincinnati video shows the chaotic scene overnight. Neighbors tell us there were dozens of ICE agents. Neighbors like Ebony Watson says they ducked for cover as they heard several flashbangs go off.
They was terrified. The kids was crying. People was screaming. They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner. Because they was bringing the kids out too. Had them zip tied to each other. That's all I kept asking. Where's the morality? Where's the human? One of them literally laughed. He was standing right here. He said, them kids.
Watson says budget trucks and military-style vans were used to separate parents from their children. Other neighbors say they saw agents destroying property to get in the building.
And they had a big 15-inch chainsaw with a round blade on it, cutting this fence down. We're under siege. We're being invaded by our own military.
The FBI did confirm this morning that they did help the U.S. Border Patrol carry out a targeted immigration enforcement operation in this area, and they say they have been supporting these efforts at the direction of the U.S. Attorney General.
I was out there crying when I said
that shit crazy, bruh. Like I ain't really feeling that, you know what I mean? Like I ain't really feeling them, you know what I mean, zip tying children and throwing flashbangs and shit. Like, come on, just imagine you ain't got nothing to do with it. You got work in the motherfucking morning. You know what I mean? But you might live in that apartment because you can't afford to live in the West. Because Chicago is expensive, for what I heard too. Chicago ain't cheap neither. Especially with them raising property taxes and shit like that. Chicago ain't cheap. So let's say you gotta live in that apartment complex. You know what I mean? And they say it's a predominantly black neighborhood. You know what I mean? It's predominantly black. Yeah, you might got, because that's what they say, that the fucking Latinos, they come and mix in with the black. So I mean, yeah, he probably was some, you know what I mean, Latino people, you know what I mean, in there. But come on, the flashbang the whole building. And it bring everybody out 10, 12 o'clock at night. Motherfuckers got work in the morning, shit like that. Come on, bro. Then you come back to your apartment, they done detained you for 2 hours. And you your shit gone, your door all hinged up, you know what I mean? Your PS5 missing, you know what I mean? Shit like that, your kids, you know what I mean? Kids, toys, shit, motherfuckers just ransack your shit, basically. You feel me? Like, yo, that I ain't really feeling that, bro. Like, come on now, I ain't feeling it. Fuck, I ain't feeling it. And they doing this to black people, man. They not targeting just immigrants. They targeting black people too. And I ain't fucked up. And that's fucked up, man. And then they doing that to children and all that. Like, come on, man. This fucking American soil. And you got troops, like I said, Misha, you got troops that's not feeling this shit. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel. I seen you got troops speaking out. Hey, I guess what Donald Trump doing, bro. He probably took it off YouTube. You probably go on Instagram. But yeah, man, like this shit real. Or TikTok, probably really got on TikTok. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel.
I swore an oath to defend the United States Constitution. I watched friends die for democracy.
Now I watch you worship a vile con man who thinks he's a king. What happened to us?
Yeah, this shit crazy. This shit crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Motherfuckers like it's crazy because a lot of motherfuckers is they not feeling what Trump doing, man. You know what I mean? And I don't think he not doing it the right way. You feel what I'm saying? Like bringing troops to U.S. citizens, but I already knew this shit was going to happen. And it's just a slow roll to them coming in. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, we gonna have checkpoints, motherfucking digital currency, all types of shit. Ain't gonna be able to own nothing. You feel me? Like, military speaking out against Trump decision. Let me see if I can find it. I don't even think I can find it. They think they took a lot of shit off.
There's a notion that
And a lot of motherfuckers say they ain't feeling that shit, bro. You feel me? So, yeah, man, I ain't really. Motherfuckers ain't feeling that. Like, come on, you putting the war on the U.S. citizens. You know what I mean? Now I understand. You know, you want. I was. You know what I mean? I was. Wasn't all the way with it, but I was. With the immigration thing, like, you can't just have motherfuckers come across the border and shit like that. You know what I mean? We gotta have some type of, you feel what I'm saying, dignity. But now it's just like, you already knew they was going. It's always black people. We always coming being in the fucking what's the word I'm looking for? We always been basically the punching bag for everything. Like they say, they're always gonna trickle down to the black people, bro. We always gonna find a way to they always gonna find a way. You know what I mean? Like they always gonna find a way to fuck us over. Always. Yeah, man, I just had to touch on that situation. That's fucked up. Them kids out there, man. Like, that shit a fucking, that'll make you hate the police when you were a kid. You see your parents and shit getting detained, and you getting flashbang and zip tied and all that shit. You ain't even do nothing. That'll make a motherfucker not like the police neither. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't really.
is not to be used.
I mean, I've seen it. Let me see if I can find it. Oh man, shit. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Like a lot of motherfuckers. And film, I seen it on man, song shit. Let me see. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. We're gonna touch on the Diddy situation real quick too.
ISIS went to the south side of Chicago, repelled from a Black Hawk helicopter on.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
These are black babies, American citizen.
I ain't even see the video.
He had a gun put in my face. They asked my name. Says she was told if anyone had any kind of warrant out for if it was unrelated to immigration, they would not be released.
I didn't actually see the
Since
kid.
that video shows the chaotic scene overnight. But
I'm gonna need you to explain it to me like I'm 10. I want you to really
That's a
break
baby,
this down to me like
right
I'm
there.
10 years old, and tell me why ICE agents zip tying black babies in Chicago, because I can't for the life of me understand why this happened. Why was this here? These are black babies, American citizens living in Chicago, but ICE agents are zip tying them because they pose a threat to who? They are a danger to what? I need you to explain this to me like I'm 10. Not only why did this happen, why is there not collective outrage behind it? Why is this not on the news? Why is this not being covered? Why is this not being talked about by
I can't barely find
anybody but a handful of black people?
That shit crazy, bro. Like, they really zip tied, and that was like baby. That was a baby. You feel me? Like, yo, that shit crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, a lot of military ain't feeling that shit, yo. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel.
It don't cost nothing for you to.
Shout out to his son Campbell too, man.
My leathernecks, my fellow leathernecks, Marines, listen to me. This is an old Marine here. 2nd Battalion, 3rd Marines. 0311, Infantry. 2531, Field Radio Operator. Went to training down there at 29 Palms, California. 29 Stumps, what we call it. Listen to me. 2nd Battalion, 7th Marines. We don't follow unlawful orders. We are the standard bearers, brothers. Do you understand? We are the standard bearers. We don't follow unlawful orders. Honor, courage, and commitment. The few, the proud, the EGA, uphold it. Eagle, globe, and anchor. Land, air, and sea. That's what we are. We're hammers, brothers. And our people are not nails. You understand?
Real shit though. And our people is not nails. Real shit.
And he doubled down and said we're going to use American cities as training grounds for our military.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit fucked up. Look, here goes some white people right here. It ain't just black people.
In person because, you know, you're upset, you're just in it.
Let me remind you what General Mark Milley said. You take an oath to the Constitution, not to the president, not to the country, but to the Constitution. The one thing that keeps us free, that governs us. You know the whole freedom, liberty, and justice for all? Yeah, you're willing to die for it. That's part of your oath as a service member. Shit's getting awfully serious in this country. And it's all coming down to you, our military, our generals. Are you going to follow this treasonous traitor, or are you going to stick up for the Constitution and for this country and for us, we the people? If you're not, then step aside, because we are.
I'm glad Trump is spending $175 billion on ICE. You know, someone needs to do something about these immigrant gang members that are...
He was he was a Trump supporter, MAGA supporter.
India was there, Iran, Pakistan. Hey, with Deputy Chairman Paul Birdsong report for Ethnic Community Defense Duty.
A lot of it on TikTok. I got down on TikTok on the phone.
All power to the people. Deputy Chairman Paul Burt's on report for after community defense duty. I need my people to exit the old well culture and enter self-defense culture. Again, I need my people to exit old well culture and enter self-defense culture. Let me break it down, right? In our communities, we have become complacent with abuse and brutality and oppression, right? Oh, well, that's just how it is. You gotta be safe. Give your children a talk. No. I ain't giving my children that talk. I'm taking my children to the range and teaching my children to shoot. You understand what I'm saying to you? I teach my children to fight. If somebody picks on my son and my son puts his fist in their eye, he don't get in trouble. His suspension is a vacation. He gets to come home and eat whatever he wants and do whatever he wants because I'm proud of him. I'm not going to teach my son to be anybody's victim. And you need to stop.
That's a fact. I'm on the same type tip.
Why do you think we make it the Lord?
Like, yo, we gotta do something about this motherfucking, we gotta do something about this, man.
So, friends,
like, cause I ain't gonna lie, yo, they coming for us, for black people. You feel what I'm saying? Once they done with the immigration and all that, they coming for black people, bro. You feel me? Like, and it's sad, but it's truth. And we gotta stick together. We gotta come together, cause if we don't, man, it's gonna be a sad. We gonna have a rude awakening. You know what I mean? For real, bro. So yeah, like I just had to touch on this story for real, cause this shit right here was sad. That shit's sad, man. That shit really sad. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Like, subscribe. Yeah, I think we about to get off here. My phone already died too, so I need another charger. Yo, is it me or these iPhone chargers break too quick, bro? That motherfucker be breaking real quick. So I guess I'm gonna be going live later on. Find a couple more videos we can talk about. We're gonna talk about the Diddy situation. And we're gonna speak more about this that Zion Casey. Cause that was fucked up too, man. I didn't even know that shit happened that long ago. And they just coming out with the evidence in the video with that boy, man. So make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Like, subscribe. Let me see what they talking about on this right here.
Arrested included people allegedly involved in drug trafficking.
And taken from their mothers, it was horrible. Stuff was everywhere. You could see people's birth certificates and papers thrown all over. Water was leaking into the hallway. It was wicked crazy. No shoes, the kids didn't have no shirts or no pants on. They just treated us like we were nothing.
Midway Blitz, according to a press release by DHS issued on October 1st.
Shit sad, yo. Shit really sad. I ain't gonna lie to you. And we gotta do something, yo. We gotta do something. Because if not, yo, they gonna be justifying Trump with this shit. You know what I mean? We gotta do something in the black community, man. We gotta get out and get it together with our children, man. For real. You feel what I'm saying? Cause as long as these motherfuckers keep getting shot and blocks getting shot up, mass shootings and all this shit, and you know what I mean, 400 murders a year and all that, yo, this shit gonna be justified, bro. And I ain't saying, you know, shit gonna happen overnight, you know what I mean? But yo, we can do better, man. We can do better as especially my young boys. Any young boys watching this, man, 16, 15, 14, 20, 21. Y'all make sure y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all stay out the way, man. That shit phony. That shit ain't gonna end up dead or in jail or paralyzed somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, that shit ain't cool, bro. It ain't. You know what I mean? You see, man, niggas, you talk to a lot of niggas that's over that wall, bro. They'll let you know that shit wasn't even worth it, man. Them niggas got life 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You know what I mean? Just saw some shit they made one mistake, bro. And a lot of niggas, if they could take that shit back, they'd take it back. You feel what I'm saying? Not, no, you know, some wouldn't, but a lot of them would, bro, because they know that shit wasn't even worth it. When she pull that trigger, yo, ain't no coming back from that, yo. You feel what I'm saying? So, yo, we got to start talking to our young boys more, start encouraging our young boys to do better. That's why I'm with Hocus on this Drop This Flag challenge, man. Shout out to Hocus for a fifth, you know what I mean? Anybody that's not with that, you know what I mean? Or even if you not with dropping your flag, you know what I mean? You can be all gangster you want, but let the kids that's not, you know what I mean, that want a way out, or you know what I mean, or they know the rules. Like a lot of kids don't even know the rules. They jump out here thinking shit sweet. You know what I mean? Get a body. Next thing you know, they facing 20, 30, 40 years. They 16, 17, 18. You feel what I'm saying? They niggas ain't teaching the rules of the game. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you know what I mean? They wishing they can, you feel what I'm saying, take that shit back. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we gotta do better with our young boys out here, man, for real. So yeah, make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Like, subscribe. We're gonna get on here a little later to talk about the Diddy situation. What's up with y'all? Think Diddy y'all think Diddy deserve that 50 months, man? Well, that's what, like almost what, 4 years? 4 years and some change. Man, it's $60 is 5 years. 48 months is 4 years. So you got like 4 years and some months. Yeah, we're gonna speak on that situation, and I think we go in the Kyron Lacey situation too. So make sure y'all tap in a little later, man. Probably around like 6:30, 7 o'clock. We're gonna go live. Yeah, make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Like, subscribe, Robbie TV. I'll catch y'all on the next.